Hey folks, this is Vince and Natalie with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Res Arcana. This is a game for 2 to 4 players. It's for ages 14 and up, and the average play time is roughly 60 minutes. It's important to stress that this is our first time playing. It just came in the mail, so there's probably going to be some rules goofs as we figure out the game and learn its ins and outs. So what is this game all about? Well, it's got an alchemy theme. It's got an engine building mechanic. Each mage, I'm the duelist, and she is the, who is that?
Transmuter.
The transmuter. We each start with this mage that can do certain things, and we also have a deck of roughly 8 cards. 3 forms our starting hand, the other 5 are just in our deck waiting to be drawn and built. But basically we're going to be using these artifacts, as they're called, to start building our own personal tableau, and then we can start using those cards to earn these essences here. There's 5 different colors. There's blue, red, green, black, and gold. They have their own name, like gold is gold, green is life, and so on. We're going to be using these resources to collect more cards from the central area. There's monuments here that we can buy with gold. There's these places of power, I believe they're called. There's 5 of them. They're fixed for every game, although they are 2-sided. For your first game, it's recommended that you start with this gold side here. But yeah, there's 5 of those, and you're going to be using your essences to purchase these cards, to put them into your personal tableau along with your other artifacts. And the first player to get to 10 victory points first will win the game. A lot of these cards, well, some of them, have little victory point counters on the very bottom. So how does a typical round play out? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the rulebook here. For the very first part of a round, everybody collects essences. There are cards in here throughout that have this little grabby symbol. So everyone with one of those, no matter if it's on an artifact or if it's on your mage, if it's on one of these cards, whatever, you're going to be taking resources from the supply here and putting it into your own personal area. In addition to being able to do that on the first part of that round, you can also take essences from any components that you might have. Components being artifacts, cards, monuments, places of power, whatever. Those are your components. Throughout the game, you're going to be sometimes placing these essences onto cards, and then it'll take a whole turn, but once the next round comes, you can take them off via this action here. So some cards let you take resources immediately, other cards let you put resources on top of existing cards that you might have in your tableau, and then you can grab them at the beginning of the next round. So you sort of have to wait for those resources. There are some reasons why you may want to leave them on there, though. These places of power, for example. This down here says you get 1 victory point for every gold that you have on this card. So there's reasons why you may want to leave them on this card. Again, 10 victory points will win you the game. So for the most part, you want to leave resources on these here, because it looks like for the most part, all of them give you victory points for leaving these essences / resources on them. The second thing that happens during a round is it goes from clockwise from the first player. You do 1 action per turn. You can place an artifact. To place an artifact, you simply take a look at the build cost in the upper left-hand corner, and you pay those resources that you might have. So this one costs 1 green and 1 black. This one costs 2 red, green, and blue. This one costs a red and a black. So you just put them back into the general supply, and then you can put them out and start using that card in addition to your other cards that you might have. Another thing that you can do is claim a monument or a place of power. Monuments being here, places of power being here. Works the same way, cost in the upper left-hand corner. All of the monuments cost 4 gold apiece. Whenever you claim a monument, you can either take one of the 2 face-up ones, or you can draw one that's face down. They all cost the same, so it doesn't matter. But if you don't like any of these, you can take the risk and maybe buy one of those. And the victory points on the bottom of these range between 1, 2, or 3. Discard a card for 1 gold or 2 other essences. So if you don't like the cards in your hand and you need some resources, you can discard a card into your discard pile, and you do get those back whenever your draw pile runs out. But you can discard a card to get 2 of any resource except for gold. Gold counts as 2. So you can get like 2 blue, or a black and a red, or red and a green, 2 green, or you can just get 1 gold. use a power. Use a power that might be on any of your cards. Some cards will ask you to exhaust it whenever you use the action. Others will not. So you just have to take a look at the iconography on these different cards and figure out how that all works, and we'll look at that as we start playing, because there's a lot of different iconography going on here. Pass. Pass basically ends your turn for that round. You cannot take any more turns during that round. If you pass, if you're the first to pass, you take the first player token, which is this over here. That also counts as 1 victory point. So whoever owns it has 1 victory point already. And then you swap your magic item for a different magic item. At the beginning of the game, each player gets one of these magic items, and they each do something different. Starting with the last player going counterclockwise, we all grab one. In a 2-player game, since she's first player, I'll have my first pick, then she can have one. And then whenever we pass, we exchange the one that we have for a new one. We can't take the same one, we have to take a different one. Okay? And then you get to draw 1 card from your deck to add to your hand. So we start with 3, and then to get more cards throughout the game, at the end of every round, we draw 1 more card. There are some abilities in here that let us draw cards. This one lets us draw 3 cards, and then you can discard 3 cards. This one lets us exhaust this and pay any 1 resource to draw a card, and so on. The third part of a round is check for victory. Does any player have 10 or more victory points? If not, straighten all your components, meaning unexhaust them, and then begin the next round. And the winning player has the most victory points if there's 10 or more. If there's a tie, the tied player with the most essences in their victory point, or when their pool wins. Each gold in the pool counts as 2 essences. That, in a nutshell, is Res Arcana. There's a lot more to it than that because, again, there's a lot of different iconography on these cards, and that's what these little guide cards will help you with. It's just front and back, but I have 2 of them so I don't have to keep flipping. So the one part of the guide here shows you the different essences and their names. You've got different symbols, like this gray-looking pentagon is any resource, and that's to signify the shape of this tray here. This says any essence but no gold. There's like a little no gold in parentheses there, so that's just to tell you that you can take a resource, but it can't be gold. This is any essence but no gold or death. Destroy means to discard from play permanently. Question mark is the value of X, whatever it happens to be. The red X means pay, remove, or discard, and so on. Then you've got other iconography items over here. Sometimes there might be dragons or creatures on these cards, and that will affect other cards. Well, I guess we'll get to those as we get to those, rather than bore you with long explanations that you'll never see. So to set up the game, each player gets, again, a deck of 8 cards. There's 2 ways to set this up, actually. One way is just deal everyone 8 cards, and that's it. And then everyone gets a mage. Well, they would get 2 mages and 8 cards. They put their deck, they shuffle, they put their deck face down, they take 3 for their starting hand, and then they choose a mage that they want to keep and the other one gets discarded. Or, if you're new to the game, they recommend that you take a mage with a starting number in the bottom right-hand corner, and then for your starting hand, you grab the cards of that number. So I have the mage numbered 1, so I have a 1, 1, 1. There's three cards with each number. So she's the number 4, so she's the number 4 mage, and she has 3 cards in her hand with the number 4 on it. So that's another way that you can start. So 3 cards are pre-built into your hand, and then you just simply draw 5 at random from the deck to fill out your remaining deck. So either way, you're going to have 8 cards. Just one's partially pre-built, the other one's more of a draft mage kind of thing, more random. All right, I think we're good to go. Again, we may refer to the rulebook as we play because we're new to this. There's a round helper over here, same as this. This is more for her reference. I'm going to go ahead and move this. This is the box insert, in case you're curious. There are more artifacts, obviously, in the box. That's those. Again, these are the decks and more mages, different things like that. But we're not going to see any of those this game. All right. So you're first player. Now, before we begin, though, we have to choose our magic items, right? Okay. So, looking at my hand, let's see if I could maybe use any of these. I think I'm going to grab this one here, Death Life. It has a little hand grabby symbol on it, so at the beginning of the second phase, I can grab, well actually, at the beginning of the first phase, collect essences, I can grab either a black or green resource from the supply. That's what that means. So I'm going to put that there. And then now you can take one.
I'm gonna grab that.
You're going to grab the blue-red. Okay. All right. So now we actually start the game. The first round is collect essences. So I'm looking at all my cards that are in my tableau. This one says grab a red. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a red. This one says grab a black or green. I'm going to go ahead and grab, I think it was a black that I saw in my hand. That one's collect. Should have thought that out more clearly. What do I need? Actually, I should have probably grabbed that other one because I needed that color. All right, well, I'm going to grab another. I'm just going to grab a black with this. All right, and you can. This is simultaneous, so you do the same thing. Do you have any hand grabby symbols?
No, I don't.
No,
but I have to exhaust this and spend 2 resources to get 3.
Okay, that's coming up though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's coming up in round 2 or this second part. No, you're fine. But you do have a hand grabby on this.
Okay.
So you can take 1 blue or 1 red. You pick.
Take 1 blue.
Okay. So now we won't have to worry about this for the rest of the round. That's already taken care of. These are spent during the second part of a round, which is do actions, and you get 1 per turn. So starting from you get to take 1 action. What action would you like?
I can spend...
You can place an artifact, you can claim a monument, you can discard a card, you can use a power, or you can pass.
I can place down one of the cards.
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm going to actually place down this.
Okay, can I show the camera?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it is the Fountain of Youth. It costs a blue and a black, and it has a grabby symbol with a green. So every turn now she'll get a green at the beginning of every round. This says get rid of 2 black, and if she does that, she gets to place 2 blue and 1 green onto this card. And then remember, at the beginning of every round, we can remove essences from the cards that we have out on our tableau. So she can give up black to get blue and green with that one. Okay, and so that's 1 action. That's that, and then I get to take 1. Let's see. Again, your mage also has an ability on it too. Like I can tap or exhaust this card and remove a black to put a gold on this card. So I can generate gold with this guy if I wanted to. Assuming I need gold. I don't know how I feel about that one. I like this, but I don't have the... Well, I do, actually. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and build the Elemental Spring. This will help me out at the beginning of the next round. I'll get to take a blue, a green, and a red. This is a React To card, meaning that should anything attack me, there are certain cards in the deck that we may or may not have. Allows to maybe attack other players and force them to discard something. But if I were to discard a blue, I get to ignore that attack. So I can get around attacks by discarding a blue, should I want to. But I'm going to put this down mainly for the benefit at the beginning. So I need to pay 2 red, I need to pay a green, and a blue. And in case you're wondering, in the middle here is a little 5-point marker. If you happen to run out of a resource, just take an existing resource and put it on top of one of the 5s to indicate that you've got 5 of that resource, that's all. All right, and now you get to go again.
I'm going to pay for a dancing sword.
A dancing sword. Okay, so gold and a red. And at the beginning of your next turn, you'll get a black and a red from it. And this is a react to. You can discard a red to ignore the attack and gain a skull to put on a black to put on this card, is what that says. Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna have our own little tableau building here. I get to go now. I don't have a whole lot of resources. I think I may have to start tapping stuff. Okay. That doesn't help me at all. You know, I'm going to... You see, I can't do any of those. Alright, I'm going to exhaust this and give up a black, which is what this says. I have to exhaust this card by, like, rotating it, give up a black, and I get to put a gold on this card, and then again I can collect that at the beginning of my next turn. I don't have to, but I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and give up a black and rotate this, and I get to put a gold on this card. So I'm going to take one from the supply and put it there, and then in my next turn I can collect that.
Okay.
And then you get to go.
I'm going to tap this
Okay.
and spend these 2 to get the exact same 2 back, but also an additional green.
Oh, okay, cool. So you can discard 2 of any resource to put 3 on. Does it say 3 on that card,
It
or
just says 3.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. But it can't be gold. So just to show the audience at home, it says exhaust this card to get rid of any 2 resources to get 3 of any resource or 3 of any resources. But it can't be gold. There's a little gold negative red down there, so you can't take gold, but you can take anything else. So basically, she spent 2 to get 3. Okay, so you have to exhaust that. Okay, and my turn. I don't have a whole lot left going on here. I can't buy any. I could discard them, possibly, to get. I could maybe build that next turn. The Hand of Glory, though. I don't know about that one. You know what? I think this is a power that I can't use because it's more of a react to kind of thing. I can only use it when I react to something. So I think I will pass, meaning I have to give this up.
Oh, it says that?
Well, yeah, whenever you pass, you give up your magic item, and then you take a new one.
Oh.
And then I get the first player.
Oh, I thought that was optional.
No, it's not optional.
I see.
Yeah, so I get the first player marker now because I passed first.
I see.
Now I get to choose something else.
And you can't choose the same one.
No, I cannot choose the same one.
Okay.
I don't know what I like. I mean, they're all...
Now, if I'm the second person to pass, can I do steps B and C? Or no, is that only for the first person?
What do you mean B and C? No, you can do B and C. You just don't take this. You would do B and C on that. B being swap your magic item, C is draw a card. Okay. I'm going to take Transmutation, which is exhaust this card, pay 3 resources to get 3 resources of any kind except for gold. Basically what she can do with her mage. But this is next turn. Okay. And I have to draw a card. Okay, so now you can keep taking turns until you decide to pass.
Okay, I'm going to build this.
Okay.
It costs blue and green. Here you go.
Okay. It's a hawk. As an ability, you can tap this card or exhaust it, draw 3 cards, reorder, and put them back. You can also use that on the monument deck. Interesting. And then this other exhaust plus discard 2 resources means draw 1 card. So this is a good way of drawing cards, apparently. Okay, and you also get a blue grabby symbol at the beginning of your next turn, so you get a lot of resources from that. All right, and you get to go again because I've passed. I can't do anything else this round.
All right, so if I exhaust this to draw 3 cards and then I put them back, and then the next time I pass, it would benefit me, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, correct. So draw 3 cards, reorder them. That way you can, if you put the one that you want on top, and you pass for this round, you'll draw it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yep.
What? I don't understand. Hold on.
I can help if you need me to.
What does any component mean?
Any component, any card that you have in front of you.
Oh, really?
Okay. Be it a monument or a place of power or an artifact.
Oh my goodness. Man. Okay.
There are 2 cards in the deck of artifacts as a whole that does not have a cost whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Alright.
Okay, you reorder them? Okay, so you get to keep going. You have other abilities that you can use?
No.
No?
No, I don't believe so.
Alright, so you get to pass. You get to swap your magic item.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do.
Alright.
Because other players may want that one, and holding on to it is unfair.
Ah, I see. I'm going to then get the first one that you had.
Alright. Deathlight. Alright, and now you can draw 1 card.
Okay.
The one that you reordered.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so now, do we have 10 victory points?
No.
The answer is no. I have 1, you have 0. Okay, so now we start a new round. Do the grabby hand... Okay, we refresh all of our cards.
Okay.
And now we can do our hand grabby things.
When is the part where you take that gold off your card?
This turn. I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm getting there. You're jumping. I'm good. All right, so you do your hand grabby things.
Grabby stuff. Okay, so green.
I get 1 red and from here, and then I get a blue, green, and a red. 1, 2, 3. And now comes the part where you can take stuff off of cards. I'm going to go ahead and take this gold off. Note to the folks at home, whenever you decide to do that, whenever you take essences off of a card, you have to take them all. So if I had this, I could not just choose the green. I would have to take them all. But, all right, so just going to do that. And you don't have any resources to take off. Okay, so now starting with me, I'm the first player, I get to do 1 action. I'm going to go ahead and, wow, that's nice. This is a 0 costing card. I may just put that down.
Wow, nice.
Just be done with it.
And there's just 1 more card after that? Or is it...
Somewhere in the deck, yes.
I see.
Assuming it's even in play. It might be in the box, I don't know.
Did we do our special ability?
Yeah, did you, I told you to do your hand grabby thing. Did you,
Oh, sorry.
did you take that one too?
I didn't count this
Okay,
one.
go ahead. Go ahead and do that.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Take 1. Green or black.
Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm sorry, hold on.
Okay. It's a matter of life or death here.
Okay.
Literally, it's a black and green, life or death. I was right on the nose with that one.
Alright, now I put this over here.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, so 1 action, I played this, now you get to take your action.
Oh, my action, okay. I'm going to, see,
You only have 4 cards and you're already... Yeah, think about it.
Sorry.
Take your time.
I'm gonna spend 2 black
Okay.
to get 2 blue and 1 green.
Okay.
And put it on this.
Do you have to rotate the card or no?
No, it doesn't say to rotate.
Okay.
So I spend 2 black
Mm-hmm.
to get 2 blue and 1 green on the card.
Yeah. You're going to put that on the card, and then on your next turn, at the beginning of the next round, you can take those off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, your turn.
So you're like, those are resources that are like processing right now. They're out of play at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I get to go. The prism lets me exhaust this card, pay 1 resource to get 2 resources, but it can't be gold.
Mm-hmm.
I might actually build... do I need this? This will help me generate red. It's tough. I mean, it's kind of nice, but I don't know if I really need to. You know what? I'm going to just exhaust this, pay 1 resource. I'll pay a red, and I can now take 2. I'm just going to take 2 red. So basically I get a free red out of that. Alright, and it is now your turn.
I'm going to do this thing here.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend 2.
Spend 2 to get 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So basically, yeah.
Oh man. Alright, so I guess I'll do... One.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, take your time.
2. Dang. Yeah, either way, just help me out, huh? Yeah, I'll just gain the blue.
Okay.
I'll keep the...
So you're going to spend like...
Yes, spend green and red just to get green, red, and blue.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pay a red and a black for dragon teeth. Yeah.
Nice.
So red, black. And it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm going to do this.
All right. That one is the hawk.
And I'm going to spin 2
To draw one card.
Draw a card.
Okay. You should know what it is considering you looked at the top 3.
I completely forgot. I'm so mad. I was like,
Did you want to take that back?
No.
Alright. It's up to you.
That's so frustrating. I completely didn't even think about that when I was reordering.
That's alright. But now whenever you pass, you'll get whatever that 3rd card was.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can give up 2 red to put 3 on this card. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to just take 2 red, put it here. Or I can discard 2 red, right? And then I'm going to put 3 on this card. There we go. And now it's your turn. That was not an exhaust, by the way. That was just a regular action.
Nice. I keep spinning. I'm gonna pass.
You're going to pass? Okay, so you get the first player token.
And I have to swap this out.
You swap that out with something else.
I'm gonna swap it with... Ooh. Oh, crap.
Yeah, you can get their...
No, the first one.
This. You just gave this up. You can't have it again.
I thought I gave up the second one.
No. You had the death... Remember, it was a life... I made that terrible
life
joke.
and death.
Yes.
Well, then yeah, then I'll get that one.
This one?
The second one.
Okay, so the blue and red. You sure?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, just checking. You seemed a little unsure of yourself there.
Sorry.
You're fine. Okay, so I will...
Oh, do I get to draw a card as well?
Yes, you get to draw a card.
Sorry.
You're fine. Alright,
Oh, yeah, it's this one.
I don't have any of that. Crap, I want to give up a gold. It miscalculated. Okay, so... I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. I'm going to discard this to gain 2 resources of any type. So I'm going to take a black. And I'm going to take... I'll take another black. Okay. So with that, I'm going to put a black on this. I'm going to discard a black and tap this exhaust this, to put a gold onto this card. That leaves me with this. I can keep going because you passed. Not much else. I can transmutate if I wanted to. I have no cards, so I don't know what's coming up. Yikes. Alright, well, I don't think I'm going to transmutate at this point. I think I'm happy with everything. So I'm just going to pass. So I'm going to put this... I didn't use this, but maybe I'll use it next time I get it. I'm going to go ahead and take... Actually, I'm going to take the death life thing. I might be able to use a resource from that. Okay, so we check for victory. No victory. We don't have any... You have 1 victory point there. So now we refresh. Just all your cards. There you go. Yeah, and now we start a new round again. We collect essences. So all the hand grabby things.
Oh, I thought we...
That too. Do you want them all? Yeah, if you...
Well, no, I'm saying like we take all this stuff off after the hand grabby, right?
Yes.
I see.
So I get a red from this one. I get a blue, green, and that from that one. And I get to take a black or a green. I'm going to take a black. And don't forget your...
Yeah.
And I'm going to take these off. And this off. Okay, I think I'm good.
And I think that's it.
And you got your red, blue there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're first player. You get to go.
Okay. Okay.
That sigh.
I am going to... Oh, and we take all this off, right?
Yep, if you want to.
Sorry. I'm going to... What the heck am I going to do?
Good question.
Man.
I'll start gaining resources, I guess, and then figure out what you're going to do with once you have all of them.
I'm going to do this.
Okay. Get 2 of a resource. Get rid of 2 of a resource to get 3 resources.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of 2 blue.
Oh, I forgot to draw my card. At the end of my last round, I forgot to draw my card.
Oh, I don't do that because I was the one
No, you get it for...
right?
No. Everyone gets to draw a card.
But I passed.
It doesn't matter. Whenever you pass, if you're the first player to do so, you get the first player token, which you did. Then you get to swap a magic item, then you get to draw 1 card.
And then that was it. And then
Correct.
Okay.
Then I kept going with my turn.
Yeah.
I swapped my magic item out, but I forgot to draw my card.
Yeah. So now it's good. So I don't need to draw.
No, you don't need to.
Okay, that's
as long as you remember to.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna spend 2 blue and get a black, a green,
Okay.
and a green. And it's your turn.
Okay. Thinking. Let's see. Well, I'll get that one. Okay. I will... get rid of 1 to get 2. So get rid of 1 red to get 2 back.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to discard 2 black to put 2 blue and a green
Onto that card?
on this card.
Okay.
Your turn.
Alright, see, you're getting good at this. Just moving right along. I'm going to... It's tempting. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to discard tap this, or exhaust it, and a black, put a gold here.
Nice.
Okay, all yours?
I'm going to discard a card for gold.
Okay.
Oh wait.
You can.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to discard this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah. And put that here.
Okay.
And that's forever out, right?
Well, not forever. It's whenever you run out of your draw pile, then you can start drawing from your discard again.
I see. So I discard for what I say?
1 gold. Yeah, so you get to take 1 gold here.
Hold on, do I want 1 gold?
Or you can take 2 of something. Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'll let you take it back. You don't have to slowly take it.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking as I do this.
I see. No, it makes sense.
I'm sorry. It's your turn.
You're fine. You're fine. All right. That's tough. Okay. That'd be an interesting way to start. Okay. I'll go ahead and... No, I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to go ahead and do 3... Get rid of 2 to put 3 on this card. So I'm just basically generating another red for next turn. And that's that. Okay.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to... Oh, wow. You know what? I will do that. I'm gonna build the Chalice of Fire for a gold and a red.
Gold and a red. This lets you grab 2 red at the beginning, the hand grabby thing, and you can also exhaust this and give up a red to refresh any other component that you have. So you can use a card twice, essentially, if you use its effect.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I still kind of want to use this, but I kind of don't. No, I think I'm going to pass. Yeah. This goes back. I have to take something else. I think I'll take, oh dear.
It's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I kind of want, I'm going to do research. I want to start being able to draw cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I get to draw one card.
Mm-hmm.
And now you get to keep going until you decide to pass.
Okay. I'm going to get rid of a red to reanimate this broad.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use her
Okay.
again.
If you end up giving up 2 to get a red back, that's gonna be like a complete waste.
I know, isn't it, huh?
Well, because you spent a red.
Yeah.
So now if you ask for a red back, it's like you just.
But I could get like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could exchange. Right. Yeah. You could get rid of your greens and start collecting other colors. Whatever.
So stupid.
Well, no, it makes sense.
All right, what am I gonna do? Hold on.
Now that I think about it.
I'm gonna gain. What was I lost my plan now.
Well, you're gonna give. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Hold on, I got it. I'm gonna get a black.
Okay.
Doesn't matter which choice then.
Okay.
And I think Ja.
Ja. That's Klingon for done. Okay. So we're gonna. Did you get to switch out your power?
Yeah. I'm gonna switch it for. Oh, what the heck am I gonna switch it for?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. When do I use this one, the reanimate?
Whenever you want to. During your, it would count as an action. It's the same thing as this chalice.
Yeah.
Only you can give up any resource.
I see.
Instead of red, it can be anything. But you've already got the chalice of fire, so. Well, I mean, if you get reanimate, you could reanimate the same card twice.
I know, that'd be kind of nice.
Yeah. Once with your chalice and once with that reanimate.
Yeah. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calculating.
Calculating.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I will actually take the reanimate.
Okay, go for it.
Although, sorry. Oh my god, that annoys me.
That good, huh? Okay.
All right.
Don't forget to draw your card for your hand. Yep.
Okay.
All right, and I think we're done with this round. Obviously, it's going to take a couple more rounds to really get going here. So I'm going to go to put cut here. We're 40 minutes in already. We'll come back to you guys whenever we're closer to the end of the game, so stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
And we are back. So Ida Lee has 9 victory points. I've got 6. I have a feeling this is going to be the last round because she's been able to chain this over here like no one's business. So just to catch everyone up on what's been going on, she's purchased quite a few cards. I've gotten 2 places of power. She has 1. I've got a few cards as well. I guess as we use them, I'll show them to the camera so that you can see what we're doing with them. So let's go ahead and begin. You passed first, so you get to go first. But before we do that, we should do our first round, collect resources and all that jazz.
All right.
So the grabby hands. I get 1 red. I get a red, green, and blue. She's got this in the bag, folks. I'm just saying.
No.
I get 2 blue from this here. The Hypnotic Basin. That's one of my new cards. It's not too bad. I like this ability. I've used it very often. Basically, I gain blue. equal to how much red she has. So I've been able to get like 6 or 7 blue off of her in a couple of turns. I think that's all I can do. Now I can grab stuff off my cards.
Oh, I was gonna take all the victory points off.
Yeah, hey, you do you. I'm not gonna argue with that. You do what you want there. Taking those off. That's yeah. So okay, so you get to go first, right?
Okay. So I'm going to tap this and tap an additional.
So that is basically she can tap that card.
You can show.
She can tap this card and an animal card, which she has, to put a green on this card. For every green that she has on this card, she gets a victory point. +2 plus whatever. So that's good. So she's been using her mage's ability, or no, reanimate to reanimate that, well, yes. She's been using reanimate, the chalice to reanimate this one, and her reanimate to reanimate that one. So she's using 2 reanimates to reanimate these 2, and then chain that again. She's getting a guaranteed 2 victory points every turn with that approach. So
every other turn, because you can't.
Right, because you can't take reanimate twice.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to do. I have to kind of play aggressively here. I'm going to just buy a monument. 2 victory points. Nice. It says draw 3 cards, reorder, and put them back. May also use that on the monument deck. I might actually do that depending on what comes up here. That's 1. Okay, so I'm just going to put this oracle here. All right, and now you get to go.
I'm going to spend a red to use my chalice of fire.
Okay.
And
Of course you will. Of course.
Actually,
you will.
no. Wait. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm taking that back. I'm taking all that back.
Okay.
What I am going to do, however, is use the magical shard.
Okay.
And get a blue.
Get a blue.
Yes. Sorry.
I will cry. No, you're fine. See, this is the last turn, so like, all right. I need to. All right, I'm gonna play Hypnotic Basin. I get to take as many blue as you have red. You've got 5 red. I'm gonna take 5 blue.
I should really stop stocking up on red.
Red. That's helping me, kind of, sort of.
Alright.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I want to get it out of the way.
Yeah. I'm going to do this.
Okay. So you can get rid of 2 to get 3.
I'm gonna get rid of 2 blue.
Okay.
To get a red and 2 black.
Okay.
And it should be I'm sorry. A red, a black, and...
This is the 2nd day in a row he's mowed his lawn. Does he care about his lawn that much? Sorry,
It's alright. A red, a black, and a blue.
Okay. I believe you.
Yeah.
Whatever you did. Drives me nuts. I'm going to... Alright, I'm going to pay a red to get this Dwarven Pickaxe.
Nice.
Basically, I can exhaust this card and a red to get a gold.
Nice. I'm going to spend 6 red and 3 black.
Oh my gosh. So let me see what that does now. This is, okay, so at the beginning of the phase, you actually have to get rid of a black or exhaust this, but you already have it. So it's get rid of 2 red and a gold to put a gold on this card. For every gold that you have on this card, it's 1 victory point plus 1 by itself. So you've got this in the bag. I'm just saying, you've got this. Okay, so I'm going to again cry. I'm going to use alchemy to get rid of 4 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get 2 gold.
Oh, you know what? I did something really stupid, didn't I? No, okay, never mind.
No, I think you're right. Alright, you get to go again.
Okay. See, I don't want to do this one.
Mm-hmm.
Since this is like the last round.
It is. Well, yeah, you've got a huge lead on me, so there's no way I could possibly come back from this.
How do you get gold on this? You have to spend 2 red?
You have to spend 2 red and a gold to put a gold on that card.
I see. Nah. Oh man, this is tough. It's tough because there's like so many things I want to do. Alright, I guess I will use my reanimate ability.
Okay.
Reanimate this guy.
Okay.
And spend.
As you
green
should.
to do it.
I will exhaust this. This is my dragon's lair, and this is my mistake. I lost the game because I bought this. I bought this, didn't realize I didn't have any dragons in my deck at all, so I couldn't seed this card with anything. Like, in order to put gold onto this card, I have to exhaust a card with a dragon on it, and I don't have any of those. So I bought this, and I haven't really gotten any. The only thing I've been using this for is gold, really. So I'm going to exhaust this for 2 gold. 1, 2. And I'm going to just make a mess of everything. Alright. And you get to go?
I'm going to turn this over. It doesn't really matter either way. I'm just going to get 3 red.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 2 red and a green. Doesn't matter at this point.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'm going to use the Oracle. Well, it says draw 3 cards, reorder. Okay, I'm gonna use the Oracle to draw 3 monument cards, and I'm gonna put them back in the order that I want. So I don't think this matters, but yeah, I'll just put that one on top like that. And it's your turn.
I'm going to spend a red to exhaust this card to reanimate this card.
Okay, as you should. I'm going to spend 4 more gold to buy this top monument, and that has 2 victory points on it. I get to exhaust this and a resource to put a gold on this card.
That's not bad, man.
Well, no, but it's too little too late at this. I mean, I'm a gold generating machine, but I don't have enough turns to generate as much as I need to catch up with you.
I'm gonna... Oh, I'm sorry, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
I'm gonna turn this over to turn this over and get a green.
Yes. Okay. Is there anything else I could possibly do right now to get any more victory points? Because if not, then... Oh, man. No, see, this is... Gold puts on this card, gold gets put on this card. I can rotate this for 1 gold, but is that going to do anything for me right now? This has no victory points on it. So I don't think I'm able to generate any more victory points right now. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... No, that's not even... I don't even have a gold on here, unfortunately. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've got more than 10.
Yeah.
You do. You've got...
No, I got exactly 10.
No, you don't.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 11, 12.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
I'm going to Hail Mary this. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm going to... Oh, crap. No! Oh! Oh! I thought I had it. I don't. Because I can't do both. I can't both pass and do this. I was going to check for victory now, but I'm like, how do I do that and pass at the same time? I can't. Because I was going to take this away from you, get myself up to 11, and then check for victory. I had more resource. Oh, man. Alright, so basically, folks, this counts as a victory point. This card says check victory now. I can exhaust this to check for victory now. I was going to try and take that. I was thinking I could take that away from her, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because I'm checking for victory now. I've got 10, you've got 12. I mean, I have no other way to generate victory points. Like, this is it. There's no even if I were to be able to draw a card, this is only 1 point. If I were to pass right now, that would be 11 for me, and you'd still have...
11.
Well, you could probably generate more. You know what? I think I'm gonna pass and take that away from you, and because I can't do anything else. I could put alchemy back, and it doesn't matter what I take. The round's over, so I'm not gonna bother taking one. And now you get to. So you just keep playing until you decide that you don't want to play anymore. And just to count, you've got. You could. I'm looking to see if you can win this.
If I was smarter and I traded this in for a red instead of another green, I would have won. If I discarded this
to get a gold,
I would have spent.
You can't any cards that you can generate a gold?
No.
You've already done. You've tapped that one.
I already tapped them all.
Okay.
It stinks. So I have to pass too because I can't do anything.
You sure?
Yeah.
What is? Okay. So you.
I have 11 right now.
You sure?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And that's it. Okay. You don't have any other cards. Okay. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So.
It's tied right now.
Yeah, we have to go to the tiebreaker on this.
Man, I could have won.
No, you still won, I think.
Nah.
Whoever
has the most gold.
Let me check for the tiebreaker. I think the tiebreaker was gold comparison, and then after that it was something else.
I'll discard this for gold.
Yes, you could have done that, huh? No, you could. No, that's totally good. Instead of passing, you could have discarded that card, gotten a gold. I probably should have done that before passing. I kind of had to though, because if I didn't pass, you probably would have passed. Because there's nothing else you could have done.
I was
so,
gonna pass.
all right. Well, in that case, then there's no contest.
Well, what's the tiebreaker though?
I'm looking and I can't find it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Here's a look at the victory point. Okay, then the player among them with the most essences in their essence pool. Oh, with gold counting as double wins. So do we have? Okay, so if
wow, so you won
based on my essences.
Based on essence.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what it says.
All right, so
wow.
I've got 11. You've got 11. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 essences. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 10, 11, whatever.
When I traded it in, I should have went for red instead of green. Dang, and then I could have got one measly victory point.
But it was our first game, though.
It was really fun.
Did you like this?
I want to play again. I want a rematch.
You like? I know you want a rematch, but is it because I beat you, or is it because you like the game?
Both.
Okay.
But it's because I like the game far more. What I wanted to do was I saw these. I had 2 extra creature cards in my stupid discard pile. I was hoping they would come up earlier. So that way I could put 2 creature cards down. And I didn't have to reanimate this 1 creature card that I had all the time. I wanted to just...
Oh yeah, you can put that mermaid, you could put an essence on that card.
What do you mean?
This says to exhaust this, to get rid of a blue or a green or a gold, and then put that essence on a different card.
Yeah.
This mermaid, you could have put a green on that card every round by exhausting that.
Or what my additional thought was... But
you didn't play it yet.
If I didn't use my reanimate abilities, or okay, let's say if I did, right? I would reanimate this, reanimate that, and then I would use this to just reanimate that, and then use this for that without having to do an additional step.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And reanimating this card again. And then I would use this reanimate to do this again, and hopefully maybe one day I would have put that down and then I would have done that again.
That was my mistake was
That dragon card killed
I
me.
bought this dragon card thinking I had a dragon card in my deck. I didn't. Basically, I need to exhaust this and a dragon card to put 2 gold on this card. I was thinking, oh yeah, easy points here, generate a whole bunch of points. It didn't do anything for me the entire game. It doesn't even base victory points. The only thing it did for me was it generated gold for me. So that I could, my objective was buy as many monuments as possible. When I saw that this Dragon's Lair wasn't going to get me anything because I didn't have any dragons in my deck, I just went gold happy. I decided generate as much gold as possible. I was getting at least 4 gold every turn, buy monument after monument to try and get, try and win this. And that was, wow, that was so close. And for our first game too, I thought that was pretty good.
That was amazing.
And I like the fact that these cards that you see here are not going to be the cards that we see in the next playthrough. So our strategy is going to change. Instead of me being a gold generating machine, I might be generating a lot of black, in which case I might want this Catacombs of the Dead, which I can start putting black on to generate points that way. So one strategy will work on one game, but not the next necessarily. And did you have any comments or thoughts?
The only thing I wish there was more of these. I wish.
Yeah, me
well,
too.
It is double-sided though, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, the one's a beginner side, the other side's like an advanced side.
Oh really?
But that's fine. But I would like more of these, just like maybe 10 of them, and then we pick 5 at random, something like that. Just to have a little bit more variety. That's what I would have liked. But I wonder if it's there because of balance purposes.
Maybe.
I also like the drafting of this, like just to give yourself a heads up, like a leg up somewhere. Like, I like these.
I almost wish, like, if you use one, it's out until all the rest are used up.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Instead of always having to alternate.
Because you might pick Death Life every other turn or something.
Yeah, like that could really make you pull ahead.
That's an interesting variant. That'd be interesting. Yeah. What about the art style? You like the art, and I think it's very colorful, very well done.
This is like high quality to me.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good.
The art is really, and it's so simple. Like you wouldn't think that this little stuff was high quality, but it is.
Yeah.
I think it is.
It's thick cardboard. This here.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's charming. It's simple.
Well, I think you're here to hear first, folks. It's a really good game. We like it. Obviously, we're not the best at it. Mistakes were made, but I think we had fun with it. And it was a very close game. 2 newbies not knowing what we're doing, making mistakes, but we still got really close. With completely different strategies, her generating points on that, me just going after the monuments, we ended up with a very, very close game.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, that was Res Arcana. Pretty good. If you guys want to buy it for yourselves, I'll put a link in the below description. It'll take you to Amazon. I do get a small cutback from that at no cost to you, so if you want to buy it there, you'll help support me. If you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vincent Idley. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye, guys.